I'm feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, I want to get into this Housewives of Potomac reunion, part 3. I think it was very insane. I thought it was very interesting. I'm excited about, hopefully, there'll be some changes on this. We're going to have a review. I know I don't do a lot of reviews on a lot of shows, but I want to review this. There was so much going on with Wendy, Karen, Zelle, Stacy, Kay, not really Kay, but Angel. So I want to get into all this stuff. But before we do all that, y'all, let's take care of business on this channel. If you want to join the SoDeb Nation, turn on your notifications. Turn them on all so you're notified every time I go live or post new videos. Like the video, share the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Okay? When you subscribe to the channel, turn your notification on so you get notified every time I go live. All right? Let's play this intro and let's get into it, y'all. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
All right, y'all, I am back. What's going on to King Brooks? Loud lips. What's going on? So, y'all, I want to get into this because this is a great conversation, and I was wondering how this would work. Just a little bit. I was wondering how this is going to work because I'm like, you know what? Let me review this after all the shit happens on this show, because once I saw Andy did not give Zelle her package, I was interested. Okay, so let's get into this. I got some stuff I want to pull up. Now we have a lot of other information, and let's get into it all together. All right. So the reunion starts off with Monique playing the recording of her daughter asking who is Stacy. Now, for me, when she was playing this, and they came back that actually, that's where I want to pull up. Y'all, hold on. I knew it was something I wanted to pull up from Ashley, and I emailed myself this. Hold on. I knew it was something I was missing. There ain't it. Hold on. But I knew it was something that was going on with Ashley that didn't make sense. Is this it? Yes, this is it. All right, so wait a minute. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. What's up, friend? What's up, friend? All right, so I want to pull this up. Hold on. StreamYard, y'all. StreamYard changes all the time, and I got to figure out all the time what to do. Yep, this right here. So when we got to this conversation, I knew that something was not right. Let me see if this changes this. Yeah, this right here. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. All right, here we go. And actually, that's not even what I'm looking for. Let's just go back. Hold on. Let me go back, y'all. I'm sorry. Move this. Put this up. Okay, there we go. So when I saw this, I knew that whoever was on the phone that actually trying to play, it didn't make sense to me as to why they were blaming Stacy, as to why Monique knew whatever it was. And actually, Chris played a good part in this because he was like, well, because of the cease and desist that he had sent her. So I'm like, well, who would she be playing on the phone other than someone who is a close friend to Cookie, Big Cookie, or Chris, or Kay? But I knew that it had to be either Chris or Big Cookie. Coming to find out, it's one of Monique and Chris's children, which they said it's a daughter. I thought it was the son, but it's a daughter. All right. So here's Ashley actually talking about this.
So what we heard on that recording was essentially that there had been confirmation from one of Monique's children that he or she, because she has a daughter and two sons, someone had heard their father speaking to someone.
Okay, so she said he or she. People are saying that was a daughter, but I can promise you guys, because what is her kid's name? I know one is Christopher. Let me look this up. Chase and Christopher. I think it was the son. I don't think it was the daughter. Word on the curb is Giselle has been demoted to a friend of the show. We don't know. They haven't gotten any information yet. So that's the word on the curb. We don't have that information yet. But we know Christopher, and we know that she has a child named Chase. Christopher, Chase, and Milani. Three children: Christopher, Chase, and Milani. I'm gonna let y'all, when we listen to another clip, I'm gonna let you guys hear what she says. I think it was her son. I don't think it was the daughter. But let's keep listening to this.
And asked, "Who is Stacy?" Mind you, they have no idea what the show is going on.
Right.
They don't have any idea of all of that, but somehow they had heard this name and asked Monique about it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of legality right now with what Monique is going through, so she couldn't share it, which really sucks. But when we all heard it, when I tell you jaws were on the floor, baby.
Shout out to No Chaser TV. I get a lot of my stuff from them. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to their Instagram. I don't know if they have a YouTube, but they definitely have an Instagram. That's where I get a lot of my stuff from. So when I heard this, I'm like, well, first of all, the only thing that the kids said was they asked who was Stacy. They didn't say that Stacy's been at the house. Dad went on dates with Stacy. They asked who was Stacy, right? So for me, it didn't make it never made sense to me. And when she said this on the show, the last part I heard was the ER. So I'm thinking that it was actually the son, Christopher. I don't think it was the Chase or Milani. I think it was Christopher. But people saying it's the daughter, whatever, who cares? That's what I think. That receipt fell flat out. I never believed Stacey did anything. It did fall flat. We're going to get into that too as well. What's going on, Tiffany, by the way? It did fall flat. Okay. So that part happened. Stacey said, no, she did not. I'm going to say one thing for me. When Stacey was talking to Monique on this reunion, I believe everything that Stacey was saying. Stacey wasn't like I'm gonna stick by what I said. No, she was very like letting her know, like, I did not do this. But they were, because of the group that they are with, they can't hear shit. So you know what? Neither can we, or neither can I. I know what y'all heard. All right. Monique's daughter must have mentioned a room. This was said because Monique's daughter must have heard something in a room where they were saying Stacy, because Monique's son must have mentioned in the room that this was said, because Stacy said they were in the same room together and she walked to Monique's bathroom. So for me, I'm like, okay, they're in the same room, but I wasn't catching the energy of why she would know that through the time they were in the room together. I think that was when they were over at Angel's place, not her place, her place. Okay. So she literally just went through Stacey says she literally just went through a custody battle and a divorce. Why would she get involved with Monique's family? Stacey says she's back with her husband and her family. Why would she want to harm Monique's family? The way that Stacey was saying this, like, I know Stacey plays on the show, but I think that Stacey took this very seriously. I feel like Stacey was like, girl, I would never do no shit like this. Like, I play around, but not around no shit like this. Okay, she was even, if y'all even think about the fact that even Stacey didn't want them people around her family, and she invited Tia, which she never should have done, in hindsight. She never wanted them around her family because she didn't even trust them. So why would Stacey be around Chris and his children talking shit about Monique? Like, it didn't even make any sense. Andy asked why Monique would say this. Stacey says she has no idea, and Kay tries to cut him, but Stacey cuts her off so that she can finish answering the question. She said, "Let me finish." Okay. She hasn't spoken to Chris about their family or filming. Andy asked her, was she in contact with Chris during filming or production? Stacey says no, she never called him. Monique says she was because Stacey showed her messages. Now, if y'all go back to that episode where they were sitting there at that table, when Stacey showed Monique those conversations, it was the conversation that Chris was having with her. It never showed anything that Stacey was saying back to him. So I don't even know why that would be a thing. All these thumbs up things. Thank y'all. Make sure you guys like the video, by the way. But I don't know why she would even believe that, because when she saw Stacey's text messages, Stacey wasn't responding. So why would you even believe that? I think that should have made Monique's eyes open up a little bit more. Kay jumps in. She says one of her biggest issues is when she met Monique and the way she poured it all out on the line in front of them, and she was super vulnerable, made her upset, because when she got in the car. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Y'all, let me run it back. So Kay says when literally, in the way she's talking, I had to write the notes down, so I'm trying to make it make sense. All right. So Kay says when she got in the car. No, I'm sorry. Go back. She says one of her biggest issues with Stacey is when she met Monique and the way she poured it all out on the line in front of them, she was super vulnerable, made her upset. Because when they left there, allegedly, Stacey went back and told Chris, and we know it's Big Cookie. Or it might have been Kay. We don't know. But when she got in the car to leave the pride party, she talked to Cookie, and she was so upset about the situation. So we knew this already, because we know that she talked to Cookie in the car when she left there. Cookie tells Kay if this doesn't get squared away, Chris is going to send Monique a cease and desist. She yells at Stacey and says that Stacey told him what Monique said and it was wrong. Stacey says, we are literally talking about Cookie, Monique. It's simply not true. We already know that Monique don't even trust Cookie. But now, you're believing things from Chris. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on too, because she says in this as well that she says actually twice, well, she doesn't even trust Chris to tell the truth. So if Chris is going back and telling you what has been said to him, why would you believe what Chris is saying? It doesn't make sense. I believe it was Cookie. I think it was Kay through Cookie, and then Cookie back to Kay, to the group. That's what I believe. Andy says he's watching body language and facial expressions, and tells Wendy he's been watching her, and it looks like she's been eyeing Stacey, waiting for her to confess. Wendy says she doesn't think she's waiting on her to confess. She's seeing in real time the tides are turning on Stacey. And I think that people didn't read into what Wendy was actually saying, because the tide's been turning on Stacey. But when this comes out, and I love how she said, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but when she says, well, what do you believe, Monique? Because the kid was involved, of course she's going to believe what the kid said. Who wouldn't do that? So I definitely believe that she's going to believe what her kid said. Allegedly, through her dad, or through Big Cookie, or whoever was out of the house. I mean, Stacey been there, not Stacey, Kay been there, Cookie been there. I would think Giselle's been there. Actually, I would think Giselle's been there. I think Giselle got information from Kay and Cookie and brought this back to their group. That's what I would think. She says to hear her daughter say that takes it to another level. That's why she's looking like that. Andy asked Stacey if she had a response, and Stacey says no. Wendy asked Monique what she believes, and Monique, of course, says her daughter. Allegedly, I still think it's her son. Giselle tries to jump in, and Wendy simmers her down because she wants to hear from Monique what Monique has to say. Monique says her daughter's son, whoever it was, met Stacy, but he asked about somebody named never met Stacy, but asked about somebody named Stacy on the show. Now, to me, I'm just like, well, I heard about King Brooks, never met them. Okay, in life. I heard about Tiffany GT because I'm on YouTube. Never seen you a day in my life. We ain't been, we ain't never had, we never did. You know what I'm saying? So why, if my kid asks, because I'm on the phone, or Big Cookie at my house talking about me, and those are y'all's kids, why would I even think that was like, that's my end all go all? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, Okay, I said all that. So Andy asked Stacy, does she have any response? Stacy says, no, I wouldn't do that to you, Monique. Monique wants to know why they would be out together. Stacy says she has nothing to gain from being involved with Chris, and she would beg for Monique to be smarter in this moment. Monique says she doesn't want to have an issue with Stacy, but her name keeps coming up. Stacey says, so don't we all just sit down with Chris? Why don't we all just sit down with Big Boy and have a conversation? Monique says because he's not gonna do it, he's not gonna tell the truth. So if we know that Chris is not gonna tell the truth, then why are we even here? Why are we here? He's not gonna sit down. Stacey actually asked earlier in the season. She said when it was at that Giselle and Robin, who didn't show up to her damn party thing for the shady girls who talk shit, call Chris. And Chris said, I don't know what you're talking about. So there's two times that Stacey has offered to call Chris. Once they called him, he said, I don't know shit. The second time, well, she's like, well, he's not going to tell the truth. So if he's not going to tell the truth, then why would you believe this? It doesn't make sense. Then here come whack ass Jazzy under her breath. Well, if you had sex with him, he probably still having sex with you. She doubts he would be honest anyway. Well, Monique just said that, you dumb bimbo. She just said that. Like Jazzy was so unnecessary for this. Tia says Monique came in peace. She didn't know them. She shared her healing, and when she shares like that, she carries other women along. Monique didn't have to do that. The fact that someone would go around and bastardize that conversation and has also caused her harm, she thinks all their family should be protected. From who? From Kay? From Big Cookie? From who? Because it's not Stacy. OMG, Jazzy made me so mad when it's like, what are you like? You where is Jackie Christie when you need her? You need a moment. You need a moment. You need a moment, because that's what Jazzy needed, a moment that she was never going to even get. Her mic was turned down so low you barely could even hear it unless you were listening to the damn show. She says to Stacey, you keep on talking about your family, but look at what Monique is going through with her family. We have to get to the bottom of this because it's serious. What was Monique going through? Can somebody tell me, please? Because when Monique has been on the show, she has never really talked about what she's been going through with Chris. The way that Tia made it seem like Chris was like suing her every which way, to her every way was right. What was Monique going through? I don't know what Monique was going through so bad that Tia felt this way. Tia drank the Kool-Aid from Giselle, and it seemed very weird to me because Giselle and Ashley put batteries in the backs of Kay, which led to Big Cookie. And in the grand scheme of things, Monique already said they're not going through shit. So what was she going through? Because she didn't get a cease and desist until right before the damn reunion. So what was she going through with Big Chris or what is his name? I can't think of the name again right now, but Big Boy that she had like she was going through. She wasn't going through shit. She's going through a divorce. I mean, it's already done. She didn't get shit from it. And had Big Cookie not came on spreading all these damn rumors, they wouldn't even have these damn problems. So the problem was not anyone on this cast outside of Big Cookie through Kay going into Ashley. If we want to be honest, there was none of the issues we were going through. So we finally move on because, you know, Andy is not with none of this shit. He's like, let's move on. All right, so they move on. Andy brings up hosting trips. He asks Giselle if she regrets excluding Stacey from aspects of the girls' trip. And she says no. She's like, you know, the only thing I regret was not getting Stacey the right size robe and put her name on the little makeup bags. Because it was shady. It was shady. It was weird as fuck, Giselle. Like, let's be all right. It was just weird as fuck. Why would you, like, it didn't make any sense. And it was actually just kind of cringy. Like, that you are 50-something years old playing childish games. Like, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, let it go. Like, you're too old for this shit. He asked Giselle, I said that they asked why Angel keeps having the girls sit down in circles. And I did laugh at this because I do remember when they first went to Angel's house and they had the sound bowl thing. My first thing was, where the hell is Monique? Because Monique loves shit like this. But, you know, later on, Monique says, I wish I would have came because I would have loved doing that. These girls don't do no damn sound bad, nothing. They add, Monique said this part. Andy says he realized the only time they were getting along outside of talking about sex is when they were singing together. I don't think they were getting along around that time either because Let Every Voice and Sing was supposed to be for Angel, but Ashley wanted to sing it, but then Angel's voice went out. They sang it as a group together, and Ashley wanted, and then Andy wanted to know who's going to be the Beyonce of the group. Angel said it's going to be her automatically. It's going to be Angel, and Ashley raised her hand. She says it's going to be her. Angel said that Roberta Flack is probably rolling in her grave when she started singing "Killing Me Softly." I don't know if people even call her what she was talking about, but it wasn't good. He then asked about Stacey's potato salad. Wendy said it was good. I mean, I ate it. You know, I've had worse. And Stacey said, you didn't have to say all that. Like, I mean, it was good. Shit, I mean, what about the catfish that was there that y'all ate? What about Giselle's baking that she made that was there? What about the Popeyes that Wendy had brought? Like, out of all the things that you could have had that was better, the potato salad that Stacey brought could have been better. It seems like none of y'all can even cook because nobody even talks about any of y'all's food. Like, oh my God, when I left there, that food was so good. I want another plate. Let me take something home. They didn't say nothing of that. They talking about Stacey's potato salad who nobody even ate. So how could y'all even judge what y'all even ate? Doesn't make sense to me. He asked Tia what did her white coworkers think when they watched the Polo event episode. And Tia says that she is still gainfully employed. She tells Jazzy she sold more than one house. By the way, it was over $150,000, and it wasn't a townhome. Jazzy says good, now she can take care of her husband. The way that Jazzy has all this smoke for these people doesn't make sense to me. It's like, did you come on a show to like not come back on purpose? Like, what was your goal on the show? Because you went off on Stacey was a friend of yours. You went off on Tia, who you didn't even know. And everybody that you were connected to, like, you just went off on it for no damn reason. So, like, what was the goal? Because the bar was not raised for you. Like, what was the goal? Because I still don't know. Then Andy asked about Colorado. This is very short, y'all, which I thought we were going to be there for a minute. He says people love that she put Ashley and Giselle in the same small room with bunk beds. Giselle sings "Boo Tomato Tomato." First of all, Giselle, if you want to say "Boo Tomato Tomato," say it right. Say it right. I know she went on the podcast and said that she loved that the guy said that and was fun to her, but "Boo Tomato Tomato," it's not how he says it. It was just like really lame, and like you're too old to be saying "Boo Tomato Tomato," and it looks lame like you've been doing it. Like if I was him, I'd be like, please, just I would type, Giselle, please don't ever use that again. Thanks, management. Like, don't ever say it again. Kay thinks Giselle was overstepping Angel by moving the girls out of the house, but they all are mad at Kay because Kay didn't stay in the house. I'm like, I mean, well, she didn't. She had running water. She says there have been other trips where she had mold in her room. They moved her to another room in the middle of the night and she couldn't even breathe. And they were like, well, water's not the problem. Baby, mold is a bad. Mold will give you health issues. So on this point, I'm gonna stick with Kay on this. This is Kay. I'm gonna stick beside her on this one part. Mold, baby, that causes health issues that last forever. Running water is very differently. And I love how they skipped over this trip because I do think that they did this because production was part of most of this. And I watched something, I think it was the Whether You Like It or Not panel yesterday with Busy, Really B, Sakina, and Scotty. They talked about this and they were saying that I just love my pen of mine. They were saying something, I forgot what it was, but they made some really good points about this part. Oh, they were saying they skipped over because the only part they brought up on the reunion was the part that Angel was actually responsible for. That's what it was. So I thought that was very interesting when I watched that. Angel thought that the priority was to find them somewhere else to stay, which I thought the same damn thing. And even if you go back and watch the episode, even Tia said that. So I think that Tia was trying to do her best. I think that production and her were not on the same page. And they messed up her trip, to be honest. That's what I think. All right. Giselle says she, as a host, she should have been calling every hour on the hour. I think it's very insane that Angel's supposed to be calling grown ass people that have issues in a whatever they was in a cabin. They haven't called her and said, hey, there's no water here. Because when they called her the first time, what she said was, well, I did call them. While you're at my house, they went over there and they fixed it. So when y'all got back there, y'all couldn't call back and say that. Like, that didn't make sense to me at all. But it's like, if you grown this, why didn't y'all call her and say, hey, Angel, there's still no water here? I mean, Jassy called her and had no issues with calling her and let her know what's going on. And so that's when Angel knew to try to fix the problem. But no one in that house called her besides Jassy. Get the out of here with that with me, because I don't understand. I don't get it. All right. Again, Angel apologizes, which, I mean, I'm tired of Angel apologizing at this point. Then this is over. So then they kick Jassy off the stage and bring Karen. They was like, thank you for your services. Thank you for your services. We're not going to see Jassy again next season. And by the way, if y'all didn't see what Andy did, we'll never. If Giselle was in the second seat and got no package, we will not be seeing Jassy next season. If y'all didn't know that, my words, we'll see her again next season. All right. So then Karen comes in. She sits down. Andy talks to her about wanting to call it Grand Dame, but she didn't want to be called the Grand Dame because she let it go. But the fans said they want to be the Grand Dame again. So she says she's going to be still the damn Grand Dame. They are happy that she is back. Giselle says she hates doing reunions without Karen. Wendy's happy to see her on the other side of her legal problems. She met all the new people prior to coming to the reunion. She wishes she could have called Angel and told her to tell Giselle fuck herself a few times after watching the show, but she feels like Angel handled herself very well. Monique and Karen are happy to see each other, which I was really confused on this because when when Andy did that interview with um, he asked someone asked Monique about Karen, and she said she didn't know if she felt about her because of something that happened in the past, but all of a sudden like they were cool. Maybe they had a conversation. I don't know, but I was like, oh, so they're cool now. Okay, fine. What's going on, grown woman? It's all right. I was late and postponed my other video, so I didn't have it last time, so you good. All right. She's lame. So Andy asked her who was her biggest supporters. She said Giselle surprised her the most because she left letters in her mailbox. Now I was wondering, was she leaving letters in her mailbox at her house and that Ray was taking it there, or was she getting mailbox like mail from the jail cell? They didn't even like explain any of this. So I didn't know where she was getting his mail from. Andy brings up Stacey and Karen's relationship last season. Karen started looking around like, "Oh, you sitting right next to me," and Stacey was like, "Were you looking for me? I'm sitting right next to you. Like I'm sitting right next to you. What do you mean?" But Karen said back, she was like, she asked Stacey, what does she lie about? Now, y'all, I love Karen. I love Karen. But if I was Stacey in this moment, I would have ate Karen the fuck up. Did you take a breathalyzer when you came here today? Does your car start before you take one? Are you alcoholic? Are you still an addict? Like I would have ate Karen the fuck up if I was her. But I love Karen, so I mean, I personally wouldn't have said it. But if I was Stacey, I would have ate her up. Did you have a drink before you came here today? Are you still drinking? Does Ray still is Ray still having sex with you? Like I would have ate her up. I was like, Karen, what are you doing? Because I'm like, there's so many questions I could have asked you right now that I could have just literally destroyed you. You could have went backstage and went home. Did you take an Uber here? That's probably why people thought Karen was drunk because how she did she not see Stacey. Yeah, because let me show y'all this too while we here. They brought this up. It says, I'm not gonna say it. I don't think that Karen is drunk. And I'm going to get into this conversation a little bit more later on. I don't think that Karen was drunk, but the things that they are saying are kind of funny, but I also feel like we got to be a little bit more sensitive about people who have had addictions. And I'm going to say addiction because that's what Karen has been saying. All right. So, Stacey asked her, what does she lie about? She brings up TJ, which I'm like, Karen, we already did this all season. Let it go, bro. Let it go. We still haven't seen the receipts that Giselle and Ashley said they had. TJ haven't made no suit her for anything. Let it go. Then she said, and now it's about Chris. And now we have Monique saying it ain't even happened. So what Karen was saying was just bullshit. Love you, Karen, but I mean, you got to do better, boo. Stacey said it's not true. Andy asked, where is their friendship now? Stacey was like, I mean, do you have to ask? I mean, how much, we're going to ask. And she was like, but Karen was like, I mean, I'm not holding on to the past, basically, but, just don't be lying to me. Stacey knows she will find out. Karen tells her as long as she doesn't lie, Stacey knows she will find out. She's the only, oh no, Karen says as long as she doesn't lie, she knows she will find out because she's the only one who lives in Potomac. Andy asked about her sobriety journey. Karen says it's going on. He asked about her struggling to say she's an alcoholic. He asked her, isn't a part of owning it saying that she's an alcoholic? I wanted to clarify this. So let me push this up so I don't go back to this. I want to say this because I feel like people are taking Karen not saying that she's an alcoholic a totally different direction. When you go to Alcohol Anonymous, and I went with my uncles. I went with some of my cousins. I've been there before. I even if y'all go on Mom, the show it's on Netflix. The first step is admitting you have a problem. It's not saying that you're an alcoholic. So I want to kill that narrative. It's not you're not saying that you're an alcoholic. It's saying that you have a problem. And Karen has been saying that she has a problem with addiction. Alcohol is an addiction, and she keeps saying this. She's not going to freshly jump out of jail after going all this stuff and say, "I'm an alcoholic, y'all. Bitch can't drink. I'm an alcoholic." She may even backslide later on. But the first step is not saying I am an alcoholic. It's that I'm admitting that I have a problem. And Karen is doing that. So I don't know where this narrative is coming from, where you guys have to, where everybody thinks Karen should say she's an alcoholic. She won't admit she's an alcoholic. She's admitting that she has a problem. That's the first step. The alcoholic problem comes later. So I want everybody to get that right. That her saying she's alcoholic is not the first step. I also do want to talk about the fact that when she went to jail and she taught the class, and she did say something that made sense. No one can tell her story like she can. So when she said she taught those classes, one, when you go to AA meeting, a lot of people take their family with them, which is why I went with one of my family. When they go there, they're like, "Hey, my name is SoDeb. Hey, SoDeb," and they tell stories. If you go to a program with people who have a problem with alcohol, they have like moms against drunk driving coming. They talk about a lot of different drugs, like intoxication. So I think people have this all mixed up because maybe you haven't experienced this stuff. But what Karen is saying is not wrong. It's actually pretty right. And her being on her journey, I think what is happening is that people are going. This is why people don't say anything to people, because automatically, because she went to jail, she has to say, "I'm an alcoholic." She's not going to say that, y'all. It's going to take time for her to say this. As she goes through life without being behind bars, it's going to come to her that she might have been an alcoholic. And it's going to be like, "Oh, I was one." It's a forever going, and she keeps saying it's a forever going thing. But y'all have to stop with this. She didn't say she's an alcoholic right now. She's not going to say that right now, y'all. She's still in a little bit of denial. She even said that she was in denial before she went to jail. But she still is in a little bit of space right now because she is admitting that she's addicted to something. So let her go through the process. And then when she's ready to say, "I am," or "I was," or, whatever, an alcoholic, let her take her process. But stop rushing her to say she's an alcoholic. That doesn't make any sense. All right? I definitely want to talk about that because that was irritating out of me, because it's like, oh, drunk ass Karen gonna run down the street and hit you and run into a tree. Drunk ass Karen ain't gonna say that she's not alcoholic. Yeah, she's not gonna say it to you right now. She's not. She just got out of jail. It's hard to say that you have a problem with a specific substance. Yeah, pills is cool because the doctor gave it to me and I overtook them. But a thing I picked up on my own and I started drinking it all the time, that's a different type of situation. And people need to be more sympathetic to that, because it actually drives people back to drinking. You're gonna call me a drunk? Let me just get drunk. And I'll talk to y'all while I'm looking. And yeah, and where's Thomas Jefferson? Like, chill. Let her come to this in her own time. All right. She says she's a woman that chose to live in complete sobriety and recovery for the rest of her life. And she thinks that's all that she needs to say. She's in a good place. And asked her about coming to, Andy asked her about coming to BravoCon and the huge applause she got. He says, what does she think about people that think she should not be celebrated because she put people's lives at risk or be back on the show? I'll say this. Y'all promote that shit all the time. Y'all log onto that show. And all you do is drink and fight. Did Karen get in the car and drive drunk? Absolutely, she did. But Andy has a game of Watch What Happens Live. Y'all drink every time y'all say Karen's name. By the time he gets done, if you actually playing the game, you fuck, and then you get in the car and you start driving. Then what? Will you be responsible for that? I'm not making excuses for Karen, but like, let's not be judging a jury on this. Let's be realistic on this. Because my thing is this. Every day you walk down them damn steps of your house, you could fall and bust your head and die immediately. Do I just say every day I'm like I'm going to fall down steps and die? No. Is drinking alcohol very different? Absolutely. But one, it's a reminder every day if I say this that I did drink and drive. I could have unalived somebody. So it does take a lot for me to say I am a alcoholic. And I'm gonna say this, I've had a DUI, so I understand. What I was parked, sleep in the car. So my situation is very different. But at the end of the day, you can't. I don't like all the scrutiny that Karen got. Like people are so judgmental. What happens to you or one of your family members who didn't unalive somebody? Wait till it happens when you did unalive somebody. Then it's very big different. But y'all gotta stop this whole let's tear Karen down because she's back on the show. She shouldn't be here. She need more time off. What are you doing at home that you might need time off of work? You eating all day and you overweight. Maybe you need time off the plate. I think it's very disrespectful for a woman who's going through a process, trying to do the right thing, allegedly, because I don't know what she's doing or not, if she's telling the truth or not. But if she is, where do you come in this and you have all this judgment on her instead of let her go through the process? Like it don't start because she went to jail. It don't start because she was drinking. By the time she got there, she was intoxicated. By the time she got to that jail cell, she didn't even know what she did. So let's think about what we're saying with a person who's going through a struggle, so we can actually encourage her to keep going through this process of getting help and being healthy instead of bashing her and saying, well, she should be because she needs more time. You think you'll get more time if y'all take her source of income? And people start drinking even more. To me, it's very insensitive. So let me get to the place where y'all letting these people in y'all family touch the children, but that's the difference of the day. Or you gonna say I ate in the bed of that shit? You're not gonna say that. So if y'all want to hold Karen accountable, I want to make sure that you have no PDF files in your family. Because I'm like, are you gonna be held accountable? And I'll wait because it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Like, let's stop this. Let her go through her process. It doesn't start because she just got out of jail, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Tiffany. All right, let's move on off my soapbox. What do you think about the people? I wrote this already. She hoped they would consider. She said that she hoped they would consider that her facing her addiction is a brave act and a brave step. So she's admitted she has an addiction, and she hopes that y'all would look at the fact that she is brave for actually taking the steps to tackle this. People have a right to their opinion, but she has the right to thrive. I'm with you on that, Karen. Giselle says she has served her time and seems to be accountable for it. So who can knock that? I'm with Giselle. I'll never agree with Giselle, but I'm with Giselle on that. Monique gets emotional because she knows Karen has really dropped her walls to even come on national television and own it. This is a big difference from what she's seen in the past. And she starts talking about Karen losing her parents and her going through these struggles and not even talking about that. So there's a bigger thing here. And I'm not blaming Karen drinking on her parents. But what I'm saying is that if Monique can want to say that they didn't see her drop her walls during that moment, but she's dropping her walls for this, y'all need to get this lady some kind of loosen the leash a little bit, like let it go a little bit, because the more y'all tighten that leash, the more she gonna want to drink. That's all I'm saying. Andy says they are proud of Karen. Karen says who would talk to Wendy about her. Oh no, I'm sorry. They went on to talk about Ashley and Wendy, and so Andy was saying that at least Ashley got it right when she talked about the something seafood place, and then they got on to Wendy. She's like, "Who would talk to Wendy?" I'm like, "Karen, get over yourself. Like, you're on a TV show. People will talk to anybody about you at a damn restaurant where you're drinking all day. So let that shit go." Karen says, "Who's talked to Wendy about her?" I read this. Oh, she said because she lived in Timbuktu. She asked Wendy to pull up the receipts, but I'm like, "Well, where's Ashley's receipts at?" Ashley didn't bring that, so why does Wendy need to pull up some? And then Wendy said it was a random person. I'm like, bitch, I can get on a damn train in Atlanta right now. If I'm watching something about you, they're going to say, "Oh, I know Karen. I know Karen. She come down to Atlanta all the time, and she be at Magic City. Now that might be true, but I'm just saying it could happen. That's not true what she said. I guess she was mourning her parents. Karen did need to seek help with her grief. I don't think her drinking was by her parents though. I think Karen was just drinking, and I can say as a person who has been a drinker, um, learning the responsibility of that. Sometimes you if you can't take control of that, and I will say, major things in life happen to you, and you might start drinking even more. I thank God through what I just went through with my ex-husband passing away. I didn't start doing that. It wasn't my go-to thing to do, but that's not Karen, and I don't know what Karen's thing was. Karen has 4 DUIs, so I don't know what her thing was. But my thing is that give her time to process what she's going through. You know, they talk about the issue between Karen and Wendy. Karen doesn't like Wendy because Karen doesn't like Wendy because when we're talking about the DUI, Karen felt like Wendy didn't have her back. Wendy doesn't like Karen because she feels like Karen called her mom a witch. And I'm like, they played the clip, and I'm like, well, all she said was, when we're talking about your mom being a witch, I had your back. Now, maybe if they clip something out, I don't know. Wendy hasn't come out and say nothing different. So from what I'm seeing on this reunion, it doesn't make sense to me. She never called your mom a witch. Was it a scholar? NECA called your mom a witch. That's the only that we knew who called your mom a witch. So I didn't understand that. Hopefully they get that together. All right. Karen loves that Wendy's mom told her shut the fuck up. Now I'm gonna say this before we get to this part. When Karen said this, I knew what Karen was talking about. I'm not gonna play no games with y'all. I knew exactly what she was talking about. Karen never called Wendy's mother a witch, right? She never called her mama a witch. She said, when they were calling your mama a witch, I had your back. That's what she said. She never said, your mom is a witch. And when she was saying that, I was holding them back. I was holding them down because your mom is a witch. She never said that. So I didn't get that part. But Karen loves that Wendy's mom told her to shut up. And again, when she said this, I knew exactly what Wendy was talking. What Karen was talking about. And I hate that people wait until Karen actually clarified it. Karen does this a lot on the show where she says something and she'll be like, no, this is what I actually really meant. Karen's an older lady, y'all. So like, you got to understand, like, she will say some things in her mind, and it has to be processed a little bit later. Even me being 42, sometimes I do the same shit. So I knew what she was saying. When Karen said Wendy's mom told her, you knew it was bad because when Giselle was like, Karen, I was like, oh my God, Giselle don't even understand what's going on here. Like, that's the first time I've ever seen like Giselle be a human. She was like, Karen. Okay. She tells Wendy she needs to be quiet sometimes. She even went into that part. And I don't understand why Wendy didn't know what she was saying. And maybe they switched stuff around on the show. I don't know. Andy tells Karen that that's rough because of the context behind why her mother said it. But they are both emotional because they feel betrayed by each other, so they're not going to get this solved. So then we get to Wendy's package. Andy asks Angel, what does she mean when she says she hopes justice is served? Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie. I wish that Angel would have doubled down. She said the bitch need to go to court, and when she goes, justice should be served. But she was like, she'll have her day in court. That's not what you meant, Angel. Like, let's be real. That's not what you meant. That's not what you meant. She went, bitch, go, do not collect $200, go straight to jail. That's what she did. I don't even know why Angel even brought this to us with this bullshit. I don't know. Angel says she hopes that she gets her day in court. She thinks she was a whipping boy for Wendy because all the things she was going through that she wasn't sharing with the group, and she used her as a red herring. Wendy says the past few months has been hell for her family, so when you hit rock bottom, people's opinion don't bother you anymore. Andy tells Kay, Giselle, and Ashley they don't sound like they friends in their cell phone footage either that they sent in. And like, I don't even know why they sent that footage to production to play on the show. We didn't even see that. We didn't even need to see that. but they had to be a part of something, and Giselle still didn't get a package. Think about that. Still didn't get a package. Like you sitting in cell phone push and still did not get one damn package. Let that sit in for you. Kate says, yes, she says the same thing that Angel says when he took her anger out on them this season because of what she was going through, which is not true because Wendy actually clears it up. Giselle feels the opposite. She also skates over the question that Andy asked. Does she still feel the same way? She said, but she made sure she says her heart goes to her children. And I don't know what it is with this group of women where when you ask them a question, well, my heart goes out to your children. Your children, I thought about your children first. Where is an apology? Like, the question was, do you still feel the same way? Well, my heart goes out to their children. So then you don't give a fuck about it. Because our children wasn't the people that got arrested. Our children were the one who had allegedly the 6'7", the 6'7". They weren't, the kids had nothing to do with that. You have no idea what our kids are even going through. So your heart goes up to the children because Karen says it later on too. And I'm like, are you slow? She brings up Wendy telling her about Eddie paying all the bills and her not knowing anything about the bills. I said collectors in my notes. So Giselle asked Wendy, Wendy was like, well, I don't know if Eddie pays all the bills. So, I don't know who he pays, when they pay him, when it's due, no, nothing like that. Basically, what she said, I'm paraphrasing. Giselle was like, well, you need to find out, and I don't know if this was a part of the conversation, like make sure that they are like pushing this all up on Eddie or what, but it kind of seemed like that to me. Giselle said she was disappointed when she found out about what was going on. She said she felt duped. I'm like, why? This ain't your shit. Basically, Giselle is having an "I told you so" moment. Like, I told you to find out who he's paying. Andy asks her what are her reactions to the responses. She says her home was broken. She's so then Wendy goes to this thing, and I'm telling y'all, when Karen said that she needs to shut the fuck up and stop talking, I knew that eventually Wendy's going to do this. So Wendy goes into the store. She says that her home was broken into in 2024. It was right before the filming of season 9. They came back from a family vacation. Her kids go upstairs, and her daughter says Zoe made a mess. Now, I just want y'all to see. Where is this at? Her daughter said, Zoe, the dog, is always on, I think Zoe's on the left. Zoe made a mess. Wendy was confused because the dog has been at the doggy hotel. Let this sit in for you for a second. This little dog, not even both of them, Zoe, made a mess. Her kids is pretty smart. And Cam and the one who alerted her to the supposed break-in, saying it was the dog. She didn't say nothing about Cam on this. See, that's what I'm saying. So and this is why Karen told her to shut the fuck up. Because how do you even know this? I don't remember hearing this part. I remember hearing about the damn Zoe. But this is why Karen told her to shut the fuck up, because now you know about Cam talking about a dog. No, that is Cam. Cam is the daughter. Wait, let me read it back. And Cam and the one who alerted her supposed to again says it was the dog. Yes. So she went up to say that Zoe made a mess. How is this dog robbing y'all from all the shit in the house? I would love to know how did Zoe, this little dog over here on the left, get rid of your jewelry and shit? Like, let's be serious. Let's be serious. You're missing jewelry. But Zoe made a mess? Wendy was confused because the dog has been in the doggy hotel, so the dog wasn't even there. Eddie goes to see what the daughter is talking about, and he comes downstairs and tells her he thinks something happened. Yeah, your daughter needs to go to get an IEP. Sorry. I'm not going to take it back. She needs an IEP. If she thought that Zoe did this. And at some point, even if Zoe tore up the room, when the juror was missing, why did y'all not go back to Cam and say, Cam, you okay? Maybe the son from vacation got to her or something, but are you okay? I just would like to know. Then they call 911. They report a burglary in the house, which was in 2024. She says this to address case statement. Fast forward to 2025, she got a knock on the door. Eddie says, Wendy, the police are at the door. Wendy sprints across the breezeway and yells out, are her kids okay? The officer says, the kids are fine, but don't know if you remember me. I'm the police officer that came to your home when your home was burglarized. Wendy says, yes, oh, okay, you guys found the burglars. He said, yep. Here they go right here. It wasn't burglarized. Here they go right here. They right here. This is who burglarized the house. Okay? We found them. Come with me. Don't even grab all your things. Just put on some shoes. Wendy, shift your wig a little bit. Eddie, fix your face. You know, apparently she went over to the jail. They gave her a photo shoot. She was like, and the last one was, because I don't know. But this is what they was getting from them. Okay. So, but seriously, they said there was no burglary. She says to Kay's point, from that moment forward to October the 9th, they knew nothing. And asked Karen, Andy asked Karen, did she reach out to Wendy when she found out? Here go Karen. I wish Wendy's children the best. Did you reach out to Wendy? That's the only question was asked. Did you reach out to Wendy? I wish the children the best. No, I didn't reach out to her. I did not. Fuck her. I didn't reach out to Wendy, but God bless her children. Her first hearing, Karen said that she prayed that they would come home. She explains why she made the shut the up comment about her mom. She didn't want Wendy to keep exposing the story on national television. She would have answered anything on the stage. She's trying to get her to stop talking because it's not going to help Wendy in the long run. The feds are watching everything she's doing, and one wrong thing could change. And we've already seen in this chat. Maybe we didn't, but we saw. That's what and see that even that for me, it's like Wendy should have shut the up for real. She tells us she would have said respectfully, Andy, I can't answer those questions for you. Wendy says she's cleared it with her attorneys for the information that is already public. I'm like, I never heard about the dog, Wendy. I never heard about the dog, Wendy. I never heard that Cam said Cam made a mess. This is new information. So now they're going to be. And Wendy said on the show that Cam said that the dog, this might be new information for them. Shut the up. And even after this, after Karen said this, you know what Andy did? Ask more damn questions. Andy asked about her family. She said her family has come together for Wendy and Eddie. And Andy goes over the rumors, that she's trying to keep up with the Joneses, all that other shit that she was saying. Her taking care of her mom, the house renovations. She clears up the 67 credit cards with multiple allies. And it's so crazy because when Ashley's clip first one. She's like 6767. I'm like, y'all. She said, at least I have one social security number, not credit cards, but social security number. And I said, that doesn't make any sense. Why would Ashley be saying 6'7"? I have one social security number, 6'7". I'm like, bitch, do you have 6'7" people to cut the grass outside? Does it take 6-7 years to come over to cut the grass? Why you trying to be funny and be a clown? At 6'7", you got 6 or 7 people showing up at them performances that you're doing. I would have asked you to God. 6'7" my ass. And even when you go on social media, they're like, "Oh, you said 6'7". No, she was saying 67. But I'm saying how she said it, 6'7". 6'7". No, just slow. 6'7". Get out of here, Ashley. This is serious. You making jokes about it. Like, that shit bothers me. Like, I don't like no shit like that. She should have said the same shit she said about Karen on the last reunion about Ashley. That's not a friend of mine. They even asked, are you mad at Ashley? I'm not mad at what Ashley said, but you should be pissed off at her. What kind of shit is Wendy on? 6'7". I don't have 6'7". I don't give if I have 3, 4. This shit ain't funny. No, that's what I'm saying. It says 67 credit cards. What she said, it was already clarified that it wasn't. But what Ashley said was, when he was on her on part 2, she said, "Well, I have one social security number." She didn't say one credit card. She said one social security number. Why the what like you don't have your read right. So get the fuck out of here with this. And she might have been talking about the credit cards, but she said social security numbers. That's what I'm saying. I still don't understand that 6'7". It doesn't make sense because, and even I watched Mims yesterday with Jamie, that's me, Gabor, and I don't know the other guy's name, counted some hand on my heart, but the guy, it's on the tip of my tongue too. But he was saying, how do y'all know that her having all those credit cards is not like a Macy's card and all those different cards you can get? But outside of all this stuff, Rodney the Voice, thank you, growing man. It didn't make like that. Even that made sense to me. But after trying to make a read, like, do you have one credit card? If we talk about credit cards, are you even allowed to have one? But I only have one social security number. But you got 6'7". Bitch, 6'7" my ass out of it. Get star 69 my ass and block me because I don't want to talk to you never again. That shit was stuff to me. Like I did not like that. But I digress. All right. So Wendy clears up the 6-7 credit cards with multiple allies. She says that the allies were for packages and deliveries. None was for financial institutions. So what she's saying is that they use the aliases for deliveries and to send off stuff. That's the only reason why they had aliases. But the financial stuff, like the credit cards, it was Wendy and Eddie's name on those cards. So that's what she was saying. Andy asked her who would look after her children. I did not like Wendy's answer to this. I think that Wendy does know. But if you're going to tell it all, boo. I mean, you done told us the whole layout of how this all happened. And I know that you wish that it's not going to happen, but these are the feds, boo. The way that that group simmered down, even Andy from this was like, they were so like, they all seemed very sad for her. I'm like, you might want to figure that part out. I get packages delivered all the time, and they deliver them with my name, but you're not a celebrity, though. That's the thing. Like, my uncle sung with a famous artist. Well, I said it before, Luther Vandross. His stuff doesn't go to his house as his name. So that's very true. Like, you can do that. Even if you're in hotels, they don't use their names because people can be like, oh, is Wendy and Eddie there? And even though I don't think they're big enough stars to be like people will look them up at a hotel, They do. I think for packages, that could be a thing because people will steal their shit. They thought it was Wendy and Eddie, especially when they have what is Eddie's cannibal thing? Happy Eddie. They might think it's some cannabis stuff there. So I can see that. Then have a PO box. I mean, that could be an option. That could be an option, but people don't want to go to PO box. I don't know. Wendy says she doesn't hope it doesn't happen. Andy love bombs Wendy. Tells her that she is one of the best. He looks up to her. She came with her degrees, and blah 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 yada yada yada. He loves her much. She said that he gives her the best hugs. When she hugged him at BravoCon, he hugged part of her. She started to cry. She said, "But let's see it play out." They wrap it up. And so then we get to the pack. They were like, well, what happened to Giselle? What? Giselle didn't get nothing? I'm going to show y'all what happened. Hold on.
We're going to wrap this up.
Did Giselle go?
Huh? Giselle didn't have a package? Huh?
You didn't have a package?
Yeah, where's me?
And what will you be doing differently? Giselle?
Well, since I just realized y'all didn't give me a package.
Shanti.
I'll just give you a little synopsis.
Bruh.
Quality.
Buenas noches. 3 hours later.
Well said.
Stacey?
Giselle didn't deserve a damn thing. She didn't deserve a damn package because Giselle didn't do shit. Okay? I'm so glad that they actually showed the fact that they didn't give her a damn thing. Andy didn't give a flying. Okay. Didn't give a flying at all. And I'm so glad that they showed Andy not giving about it too, because Giselle has been still on this show for so many years. And it was very interesting because Giselle had an opportunity this season to show up. Karen was gone. And between Karen and Giselle, I can guarantee you, if Giselle was a jail and Karen was on this show by herself, Karen would have thrived. Y'all can't tell me no different. Karen would have thrived on her own without Giselle. She doesn't need Giselle. Giselle needs Robin, and we know that because she needs internationally. She needs also Karen. If y'all think about the past seasons of Potomac, what happens normally is that, the first half, Karen and Giselle saying crazy shit to each other. Go to sing. I'm gonna spill all your drunk truth, your cheating truth, all crazy stuff to each other. Then by the mid-season trailer, they friends again. Giselle didn't have the formula because Karen was gone this season. And so that's why Giselle fell flat. She couldn't stop being the mean girl because Karen wasn't out there to hold on, shorty, roll it on back, roll it on back, boo. Okay? Because Karen can eat the shit that Giselle says. Angel was Karen this season. She just could not eat the stuff that Giselle was saying to her, because what Angel did was roll that shit on back. And even Karen said it earlier in the show. She said, I wish you would have told her to shut the fuck up because I think Giselle would have shut the fuck up. Angel missed her mark on the show, because if she would have gotten Giselle in check, baby, Angel would have succeeded Stacey. Bitch, I'm a catfish. Let me throw my bait in the damn water and let me reel your ass in real quick. That's what I would have said if I was Angel. I'd be a catfish every time because I'm going to reel your ass back in every single time you want to talk shit about me, because, bitch, your neck is always catfish to me. Them ankles, them cankles is always catfish to me. Angel needs a good game. Not a good K, but a good game. And then we could have had a great season because let me not, Giselle. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I've been watching 12 Years a Slave. I'm like, girl, give us something else because I'm tired of this. I would have ate Giselle up if I was Angel. Giselle don't even really be reading that much until she gets to the confessionals. On the show, I would have ate Giselle up. But, hopefully, and I do want Angel to come back next season. I want Tia to come back next season. I hope that they demote either Giselle or Ashley. One of them have to be demoted. They're probably not going to demote Giselle because Karen is coming back, but they need to demote Ashley because they need to start trickling on down. Robin's gone. That was a shoulder for Giselle to lean on. Karen, unfortunately, was gone because of her DUI. She was gone. Let's take away Ashley now, and let's see how that works. We need to find a formula for Giselle to show the up. I agree. I don't want K back. I do not want K back. I do not want K back. I don't know if I said this before, y'all, but the way that Andy ushered Jazzy up out of that damn off that stage was hilarious to me. I think Ashley and Kay can go too. I said this in the Whether You Like It or Not panel yesterday. Kay reminds me of Yvonne, that from Clark from Atlanta. Kay is like her. Like, they are real ratchet girls. Like, they should make a show. They should put Kay and Yvonne on Ultimate Girls Trip together. I bet you it would be a good old ratchet time. But outside of that, Angel, Andy wraps it up. They also take Monique and Karen off the stage. It was very, very interesting. The two women who allegedly have drinking problems, they exited them off the stage, and then they did the toast. Giselle can't take different confrontation, and whoever gets under her skin will win. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, if I was Angel, every time Giselle said catfish, I'd be like, "Ooh, reel it on in, bitch. Reel it on in, because you ain't gonna talk shit about me, bitch. Let's see your home. We only seen the West Wing. What about the North, South, and East Wing? Matter of fact, where my picture at? We still only seeing this part of your house. What Karen say? Ronald McDonald, red, purple, yellow, green. We only see this part of your house. Where's the rest? Meanwhile, Angel living the life of luxury with her husband, who is a football player, who got the damn money. But what are you doing? Your daughters are gone. You have no storyline. You call me a catfish every damn season. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: from when Giselle first said it, I really thought that Giselle wasn't being funny. I thought that she didn't know who that was. But then when Wendy started laughing and it was an ongoing thing, I would have ate Giselle and Ashley every single time. Catfish, but your kids are catfish, boo. That backyard is a catfish. Because where is the person cutting the damn grass? Your stepdad, I would have called that man her stepdad every single time. Because Ashley don't like that. I would have called your stepdad. What about your stepdad? How's he doing with your sister? I would have ate them up. You know, a catfish, your dad going into rehab and out again and still ain't changed shit. How's that bridge that you live underneath? I would have ate them the fuck up. Like, don't come to me with this. Angel has so much of a better life that there was no reason for Angel to lower herself for them at all. At all. So, I'm surprised I flow through this like this, y'all. I really don't flow through reviews like this, but it just bothered me so much because I'm like, why are they belittling themselves for Giselle? And even production, and Andy was like, don't even give her a package. Don't even give her one. I would have gave her no attention at all. And now that they know that they give Giselle a package at the end of this season, I want Angel to go back onto the next season and be like, I want a bitch talking to me who got a package. I want a bitch who got a storyline to talk to me. Oh, I thought somebody who don't have a storyline said something to me. Like, eat her up. Like, don't sit there and let this lady eat you up. You have a home over in Colorado. You bought a home in Potomac. Giselle's still living out there at Radio Shack. Like, what? Eat her up. Don't be her little simp like game. Eat her up. Kay should not come back next season. I am so down for her not coming back. But yo, that's it. So that was the reunion for me. And I waited to this last part because I'm like, The first part was boring, the second part was boring, even the last part was boring. But I was just so bothered by the fact that Angel's apologizing, Wendy's talking about Karen calling her mom a witch, and then Wendy's still talking. Like, it was just so much going on for me. I'm just like, people have to understand one thing, and I will say this again towards the end of this. Yes, Karen not saying I'm an alcoholic, but the first step to a person who has any type of issue with drugs or substances is that meaning you have a problem. Not saying that I am an alcoholic, I am on drugs. I have a problem. And Karen is doing this. People need to take their judgment coats off, take it off, throw it over there, and let her go through this journey on her own, because you can't sit there and keep saying, well, she's a problem, admitting that she's an alcoholic. Even Andy said, what's the first part saying that you're an alcoholic? No, it's admitting you have a problem. That's it. The first step is admitting you have a problem. That's it. So I don't want to hear that anymore. And it irritates me every time I see it on all the people that have done the laws about it. That's not the first step of saying I'm an alcoholic. That's like the second or third step. I think it's like the third step. And the second step is like you're not even struggling anymore. And if y'all don't believe me, there is a show on Netflix called Mom. They show you how those meetings go off. The meetings are the same. They do have like little seminars where like you go to and like they talk to you. Like again, like mothers get drunk driving come, they talk to you. But a lot of those meetings, y'all, they're about like other drugs. And I might think that's why Karen is saying this about substances, because of the pills that she was getting from the doctor, because they don't really talk about drinking like that in those meetings. It's a lot about other type of drugs. I remember we watched a video about that dude from City High, not Ryan, but the other guy that was dating Claudia. I can't think what the guy's name is, but we watched a video about him and how his alcohol took over him. But after that, it was like about drugs. That was it. So I don't want you guys to get that meeting mixed up with the fact it's like she's going like, oh yes, I'm an alcoholic, y'all, I'm saved. Oh, I came in today and I ain't drink nothing else. It's not about that. It's about going in. They're talking through this. You have people that sit in a circle and they're talking about their struggles every week about, hey, you know, today I had a bad day. I really wanted to drink, but I didn't have one today. And then the people in the group like, you know what? I didn't. Yo, that show is so good. I watched like almost as much as I watch Girlfriends at this point. It's a very big eye opener for like people who have to like go through that situation. And like the mother is an alcoholic and drug addict. The daughter was the same thing. They have a group of friends who are struggling with this. So if you want to see like what those meetings look like, that's what those meetings look like in real life. So when Karen said she taught it, I'm like, maybe she was like the leader of the group. Maybe they had a speaker one time and she was like, you know, I'm on a show and I got addicted to this. But the way that they make it, they like Karen was coming in like, today's lesson is about this and blah, 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 yada, yada. No, y'all, they sit in a circle and they share their stories about what happened that week. And they do, like I said, they do have people like from Mothers Against Drunk Driving come in and other groups, but Karen wasn't that person. She first led the group. So, but that's all I got, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with me. Again, you guys can support the channel by liking the video, sharing the video. Please, please, please comment down below in the comment section. Because then you can also send a Cash App or a super chat. Yo, we did so great last month. Yo, we got over 200. Hold on. Let me look at the actual number. We got over 228 new subscribers last month. So we need to beat that this month. All right. And we did that within 28 days. So we need to beat that. We need to go about, I want my goal is 300 this month. All right. I'm gonna do my part by being here. And also, grown woman, I know you saw my live posting the other day, but I wasn't feeling good, so I had to cancel it. But I'm gonna do my part this month, and I'm gonna be on as much as I can, as much as I can this month as well. What's going on? Who cares? We get ready to end it, but what's going on? But I wanna reach 300 this month. We did 224. Our goal is gonna be 300 this month. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys. I might come back on later. I might. I got to talk to Pam, and busy. What's going on, Haru? We logging off, but love you so much. Like, make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out, and do the replay as well. All right. But I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna talk to them, and then we'll see what we can do later on today. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
Did it, I 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 did it, did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it.